Hi everybody, I got a new tool in the shop. Today I'm going to unbox it and check it out. So if you like new tools, stick around. So here's our new tool. It is a left side Dubby table saw sled. And we're going to open this box up and check it out. Of course, right on top, instructions on how to assemble it. Standard packing material. It looks packaged really nice. Got a couple accessory boxes. We got the sled fence here. Everything in its own little spot. Actually really heavy duty. Extruded aluminum fence. Guessing the sled base is under here. Check out these little boxes here. So, a tape rule or some type of slick tape for sliding the sled on, I think. Looks like it comes with a little hold down. These are all parts to assemble it. I want to get it together, get it all squared up, do some test cuts. So I'll probably be fast forwarding through a lot of the opening and assembly. This is a miter bar. Oh, they got a really cool miter bar they send with this. So here's the miter bar. It has 6 of these little spring-loaded ball bearings. You adjust them with these screws in the back. You can see you can adjust them out. And that little ball bearing right there is spring-loaded. So you adjust these out so they're just like a few thousandths wider than your miter slot. Then as it slides in, it slides on these spring-loaded balls, and you just get an absolutely perfect fit in your miter slot with this. This is going to take a little adjustment and some setup, probably with the calipers or something. But it'll be worth it, taking some time to do that. Here's the scale you have to put on. It goes from 0 up to about 51 degrees, it looks like. Alright, I did a quick little read through on the instructions. The assembly looks pretty straightforward. So I'm just going to get started on it. The first step is to clean this off a little bit so these mylar strips will stick really good. So we're just going to clean that with a little acetone. The instructions say to leave these long on each side so you can wrap them around onto the top. That way when you're sliding this back and forth, they won't peel up on you. So I'm going to adjust these according to my miter slot. That's going to take a little while, so I'm going to do it off camera. Alright, so I have them all adjusted except for this one. So as you can see, there's a screw right here, and you screw that out and it adjusts this little ball coming out. So if I can keep this on camera, it's kind of hard. So I just put my calipers on that, and I wanted about 0.758, which is just a little bigger than a miter slot, and I'm at 7.585, so I'm going to call that good. And I put blue Loctite on all of these, so it shouldn't go anywhere. Alright, we have our miter bar plungers all adjusted, and I wanted to add that this miter bar is a machined steel. It's not aluminum, it's really heavy duty. The instructions say to place it in your miter slot with those plungers facing away from the blade. And then it comes with some screws here to mount the sled to the bar. Everything lines up really nice. Goes in perfect. Once that's assembled, you just want to raise your blade and give it a trim. After making that cut, it's just a matter of going through the instructions and finishing the assembly. Then the instructions say just to use a square. You get this as close as you can by eye, and then do your fine tuning from there. Let's make some cuts and see how close we are. I'm just going to use this little piece of 1/4 inch plywood, do the 5-cut method. I'm not going to go into that, how that works. There are countless videos on YouTube all about that. Maybe I'll do one someday. But today I'm just gonna do these cuts. And see how close we are to the square. All right, so we did some test cuts, and it's 3/1000 out. of square. There is a fine adjustment here. I could keep playing with it and get it closer, but honestly 3/1000 of an inch, I mean that's nothing for what I do, nothing at all. So I'm happy with that. And once that is set, you want to set your little miter gauge here, or your angle gauge, I should say. There's a black line on here. You want that black line just touching the face of your fence. And you can lock that down. What I wanted to show was the numbers on this scale here. Like for instance, here it says 12, 11, 10. If you want to make a 11-sided frame, you simply set your fence to this mark right here, which is the perfect angle for making an 11-sided frame. So I just did the 45 degree and it came together perfect. So I'm looking forward to using some of these other marks and just playing with this a little bit, you know, and making a 9-sided frame. I don't know what for, but you know, hey, you never know. So overall, assembling the Dubby cutoff sled's pretty easy. If you get one of these, I would suggest reading the instruction book all the way through. A few things in here seem a little out of order. When you're squaring up the backstop, it has you adjusting this rear stop, but if you go through the book, you haven't actually installed that rear stop yet, which is a little it's a little out of order. It seems like that's like the last thing in the book. It's actually a pretty simple device. If you're mechanically inclined at all, you can look at all the parts and get it together. But there are definitely a few little tips and tricks in the instruction book that help. The Dubby also comes with this book on making different frames and panels. It's written by Jerry Cole, who's the inventor of the Dubby. It has all the measurements you could want for making different size frames and panels with different number of sides and different angles. It also comes with a couple DVDs, one on the product itself and then one which is a supplement to this book. I would definitely watch this DVD. There's some good info on here. It helps you get the Dubby together, get it all squared up and working just how it should. And speaking of squaring it up, I got the left side and the right side. After all my setup, I got the left side 2/1000 out and the right side is 1/1000 out. For me, that's pretty stinking good. So once I got everything dialed in, I made this 7-sided frame. This is what Jerry does in the video as his little demo. The reason he uses a 7-sided frame is because to get these perfect, and they are, everyone is perfect, you need 25.714 degrees. This angle here has to be 25.714 degrees to make a 7-sided frame. Getting that kind of precision on like a miter saw, I say good luck. But with the Dubby, you simply slide the fence to the number 7 and you make your cuts. Once I got the procedure down, I knocked this out in probably a minute and a half, 2 minutes. So overall, so far, I'm very impressed with the Dubby. It's very accurate, very precise, it's built well. It's going to be a good tool to have in the shop. So look for more projects using the Inline Industries Dubby cutoff sled in the future. Really appreciate it if you hit the like and subscribe button and leave a comment down below. I read every one. If there's anything else you want to see more in depth about the Dubby sled, let me know and I can do that in a future video. Thanks for stopping by.